What is up, people? I'm super excited about this video today because I have been working on this beautiful VTOL. Now, if you guys don't know what a VTOL is, it stands for vertical takeoff and landing. So it's kind of like a plane mixed with a helicopter. But I mean, this thing is pretty epic in every sense of the word. You can see those robotic, I think they're called actuators on the side that rotate my propellers up and down. I have a lot of stuff set up in the action groups so I can do all this whenever I launch, but this thing is really cool. I probably worked on it for like 3 or 4 hours, which I don't know if that seems like too much or not, but I got it to where I can take off vertically, I can take off like a plane, I can land like a plane, and I can land vertically, although landing vertically in a tight spot is pretty tough, and you will see that. So I'm going to start off by taking off like a plane, so you guys can see this. And if you see the propellers move, it's because I have it set up in an action group to adjust the propellers in a better pitch, so I get a little more speed. Okay, yeah, I lied. So actually that one's taking off like a helicopter, but you can see how easy it takes off. I have it balanced very well, and it doesn't even matter really what angle the propellers are at, as long as they're somewhere between up and forward. Takeoff is smooth as butter. So we're gonna go ahead and speed up. So I was incorrect. I didn't take off like a plane on this first attempt, but I do land like one. And you can see the maneuverability and the turning radius and everything on this craft is just pretty good. I mean, for a VTOL, I've never made a VTOL before. This was probably my first time, and this thing just turned out really good. I'm like super happy with it. You can also see that small Juno engine on the back of it. So if I want to put the Juno on and give a little more thrust, I can. Yeah, I fell a little short of the runway also. Didn't quite make it there, but even on that, landing on that slope on the side of the hill, everything was absolutely fine. This thing is just great. So I wanted to do another landing from the cockpit on the far island landing, so I just thought that'd be pretty neat. So I came in pretty hot, and if you look at my speed down at the bottom, you can tell when I adjust the propeller pitch to be slower, because my speed starts to shoot down right about now. Yep, there it goes. So my speed comes down drastically. I already put the landing gear down, and I thought I was a little farther from the runway than I was, so I came down a little harder than I meant to, but I think we'll be okay. So yeah, landing was beautiful. Everything turned out pretty good. Alright, so this time we're going to take off like a plane. And this thing has some really good acceleration. I was very surprised. Okay, you know what? I lied again. I promise we take off like a plane at one point. I just don't remember when that is. I mean, you can see any way you do it, this thing is just really nice. Now, one thing I could not figure out how to do was set up the action groups to switch the servo motor between the 90-degree straight up angle and the forward angle it's at right now. I almost had it a few times, but then it wouldn't switch all the way. So this was my first attempt, and I actually got really close, and let's just say it went downhill after that. Yeah, I came in a little too hard, and it goes downhill starting from now. Yep. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it doesn't get any better from here. That's just because I was landing on the top of the vehicle assembly building, and it's just really tough landing on a dime. It's not hard at all just landing on a flat surface in a big area, but just landing on that little tiny pad, it's rough. I think one thing I could have done better is set my throttle to, instead of being the torque on the motors, setting my throttle to being the RPM limit. That worked better in a helicopter I did in a later video. That was the closest landing I had. Only thing I lost was the 2 little fins on the front, and they have a really low impact tolerance. So I didn't quite make it on the pad, but I got on the roof. So I'm not sure what I'm doing this time. Oh yeah, I think this time I was just landing normal. I just wanted to show you guys how easy it is to land this thing like a helicopter, as long as you're not trying to land on a real tight, small space. But I mean, that turning radius is really good. The one thing about landing and going up fast, though, is if you have a high vertical speed, since there's so many wing surfaces on the back, it'll either push up or down the back if you're going up or down too fast, which is what made that first landing a little rough. I was too high and I started going down fast, so then my nose just went down and my back went up. So yeah, this time I was just going to land in front of the academy, the old training center. I was going to try and hit those parking spaces, but I was a little bit off. And by off, I mean I completely purposely meant to go in the pool or the pond or whatever you want to call it, which honestly, that's pretty cool undercover craft if we're going to be honest. Almost the whole craft submerged except the propellers. I think that could legitimately take off in real life too, so that turned out pretty neato. Yeah, I cut it there. I definitely crashed after that because I was not ready for that cockpit view. But I also wanted to show this helicopter that was, this is a stock helicopter that's already in there, so anyone that has Kerbal Space Program can pull that up. But yeah, this thing works really well. There's two controllers on the back, and I know the controllers, they adjust the relationship between, I think, the speed of the propellers on the top and the speed of the propellers on the side. I don't exactly know how the controllers work, but it does keep it very stable, and first try I was able to land it on the helipad very easily. That legitimately was the first try, which the speed of that is probably nowhere near the speed of my VTOL, but its maneuverability in tight spaces is a decent bit better. So you can see how maneuverable it is. Doesn't go super fast, but I would like to see how they did the double propeller thing. I'm not entirely sure how they did that. But then I wanted to give it the old pond test to truly test how good it was, and I probably tried to come in a little too steep. But as you can see, it just lacks that beautiful touch that the VTOL has. It just lacks it. It can't quite get in there. Yep. You're about to see some other examples of excellent VTOL work. That was one of my attempts that failed, but the loop was really cool. Yep, so anyways, if you guys enjoyed that, I'm going to try and do some other cool, neat stuff with Kerbal Space Program that I haven't really done before. So, yeah, just hit me with a like and subscribe, and, or not, just whatever. Just hope you guys enjoy the content. There's a little backwards takeoff. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Saw yous one out.